Swami. Hmm. Swami. Hmm.
Okay, we'll start with our prayers. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Vang me manasi pratisthita mano me vachi pratishthitam Avirāvirmayedhi Vedasya ma'ani stha Shrutam me ma prahasirani nadhite nahuratran sandadami Ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ ॐ May my speech be based on the mind. May my mind be based on speech. O self-effulgent one, reveal thyself to me. May you both speech and mind be the carriers of the Veda to me. May not all that I have heard depart from me. I shall join together, that is, obliterate the difference of day and night. Through this study, I shall utter what is verbally true. I shall utter what is mentally true. May that Brahman protect me. May that protect the speaker. May that protect me. May that protect the speaker. May that protect the speaker. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are studying Aitareya Upanishad. As you know, Aitareya, this is in the name of the Rishi. Itaraha Putra. Ita. Apatyam. Itaraha Apatyam. That means the mother's name was Itara. Somebody may say that Itara is lower. And most probably from lower strata. And also the Upanishadkar, that means the Rishi, Drashta. Rishayaha mantra drashtaraha. Rishis were mantra drashta. That means uh, they realized those mantras. When we study Upanishad or Veda, we call mantras. We call the verses mantras. But when it is in, say, Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Purana, we call shlokas. Why mantra? Mananat rayateti mantra. If we contemplate this, then the self is revealed and we are redeemed. That's why these are mantras. Similarly, what Sri Ramakrishna said, uttered, those are mantras. So like we repeat a lot, Jai Ma. Sri Ramakrishna used to utter that many times. Hail to Mother, Jai Ma. So here, Aitareya Upanishad. And in the beginning, there is Shanti Mantra. But it's more prayer. Prayer for getting the power so that we can realize the self. It's called Jnana Yogyata. So that we are competent enough so that we can conceive these ideas. It's not easy to understand. And if one understands, then it's difficult to hold it. Nishtha, jnana nishtha. That means after study, then one has to cogitate and then contemplate. Then only it is realized. Otherwise, we hear many times, Sravanadi bhovir yunal labhya. So we hear many times, but we don't get it. Those who get it, they also miss. Though it is that self who is everything, who has become everything. There is nothing else but self. Neha nanasti kinchana. Here, there are not many. The same thing is revealing as many. But what is that same thing? Though we contemplate again and again, but we miss because our senses are made in such a way. Our senses are made in such a way that we see outside and we see many. We see that it is distinguished from each other. To find the unity, first it is difficult even intellectually. And when we understand intellectually, and then it is difficult to hold this because of Maya Shakti. So we go forward. So this prayer is for holding that. That is why the Rishi says that let me make day and night together to study this, to contemplate this. Because it is the Brahman who has mistaken himself as Jiva. And is so perfect that he has forgotten himself. So anyway, this Aitareya Upanishad is in 3 chapters. So first chapter, it has 3 sections. And there are 23 mantras. And the second chapter has got only 1 section, 6 mantras. And third chapter, 1 section, 4 mantras. Very small Upanishad. But it's very profound. And this Mahidasa is very, very that means he conveyed in such a way that it cannot escape our attention. So there are, we can say, that 4 stages that we see in everything. Say, suppose I want to make ornament out of gold. What do I do? If you see the process, how it is made, first they make a like what's called dice or something, which is, the impression is made. And then they melt gold and put in that what is that called?
Mold.
Mold. Yes. So first mold, then the gold is melted and put in that mold. This way we make. We can see how we write a story. First we think about it. We are soaked, as it were. We are swelled with that story. And then we start writing. Even for sculptors, they first absorb the ideas, how to make anything. And then they pour it out. How this creation happens? In the beginning, there is one that we have already discussed many times. Atma va idam ekam, eka, eva agra asit. The one self, he is becoming many. But actually it is not many. That's the whole theory. Though he, as if scattering himself, but it is the same. As sun is scattering its light, but it is sun is the same. And sun, when even we can see scattered light, but it is sun everywhere. The light everywhere. So this is the way. We can also think about how we dream. First we enter in a condition like mold. And then we enter into it. And then we are identified with it. Then we live as a dreamer, no more as waking person. So everything, whatever one dreams, it belongs to the person. It may look like there are many things, houses, trees, people, but actually it is the same thing, same awareness is being projecting, or awareness is projecting itself and then watching. We can see magic, how it is done. The magician takes the help of his tricks. Is the same magician who spreads his ideas, and as if he enters into it, and then he shows the magic. What happens to the painter or maybe storyteller? First a framework is made, and then as if he enters into it. Why as if? Because in reality he does not enter. When you see a dream, and even if you feel that you have entered into it, but you have not entered, you are at your place. Similarly, movies. So whatever we see, everything is like this. Even say procreating, say a son, that reflected consciousness is first residing in father. Then it goes to the womb of mother. So second birth. And the third birth, when he takes his own body. But all the time it's the same truth. So this is the same way here we see how creation was made. Though it is the same self, Atma va idam eka eva agra asit. There were no competition even, competitor, no another person. Na anyat kinchanam ishat. Not even a speck of anything who is winking, as it were. No one. Only it is the same self. And then comes how it projects. So all the details we have gone through. So just let us read, because Upanishad is very small, but it will help us to contemplate. In the beginning, verily, all this was Atman alone. Beginning, in the middle, and at the end, it is the same self. But this is the way to talk. There was nothing else existing as a rival or who is like winking. He, that Atman, thought to himself, let me create the worlds. So magician thinks, let me create a magic. A ornamental artist, or even storyteller, they think, let me tell a story. And we tell a story. So he, Atman, thought to himself, let me create the worlds. Thus he created. So here creation, what we take, it's like projection. Why? Because it's not like turning milk into yogurt. Rather, it is turning, say, barren desert with water, with reflections of even trees. That means it is reversible. And all the time it is reversible. When we are involved in something and we are at it, even then, the witness that is awake within us all the time. You are listening, I am speaking, but within us, there is a witness, all the time witnessing. There is no change in him. Whatever changes that we see is temporary, as if it is happening, as if we are sleeping, as if we are dreaming. So he projects. And how? In various ways. Marichi, Maram, and various lokas, various deities, and various heavens. So this way he projects himself. And then after creating, this is for, we call it superimposition. First we have to superimpose something, and then we have to negate that. So by negation, then we see the reality. First we see water in a desert, and then we discard, this is not right. We see mist. See, like you are standing in front of a mirror. But this happens naturally, so we don't feel it. Standing in front of mirror, we see our image. But we never think that we are the images. We are what we are. So whatever is created, the self never identifies with it. It looks like it is identified, but in reality, he is beyond such involvement all the time. He is witness. So that we call it two Brahman, apara Brahma and para Brahma. So this is Adhyaropa and Apavada. Adhyaropa. So like two Brahman, apara Brahma, that means, that there should be a mold in which ornament is created. Or there should be a plot where the story is told. Where there should be a hall, cinema hall. So you condition yourself. You have to condition your mind to see multiplicity. There should be on a canvas for a painter. So this is the material. So material, that's called apara Brahma. And it is said that apara Brahma enters through the feet, the lower portion. And Brahman enters through the head, as we have already studied. So this is just to show why. Because when apara Brahma enters, it feels there are many. Say, I see. Eyes can see only. It cannot listen. Ears can listen only. It cannot see. Hands touch only. It cannot taste. Tongue tastes. So this is individualistic experiences. Antahkarana, even internal instruments, they are also various. Ego, mana buddhi, mind, intellect, and this chitta, as if consciousness, as if conscious. So these are various, but there must be one where all experiences are being merged. Araiva Rathanabhu. It's like various spokes that meets at the center. Spokes are different. So to show that we have also conceived a Parabrahma and Parabrahma. In Bhagavad Gita, we see that Mayat Apareyamitasthanyam Prakritim Vidhime Param. They are Prakriti, Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. So idea is same, various wordings are used to convey that same idea. But I am the Supreme Self. So what is then being discussed? Srishti Prakaranam, projection, Srishti Vichar. And then in that Srishti, one enters. One projection, Srishti Vichara. So here we find Srishti Vichara and then Anupravesha or Pravesha, where one enters into it. And then comes Samsara. Then comes the experience. Experience, various types of experience. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, all kinds of experiences. Then the mental modifications, joy, sorrow, worry, and then tension, all kinds of things. So this is because of projecting power, Shakti. So this way, one first feels I am alone, then he creates, he projects, then he enters. And after the projection, that means he creates various lokas, he creates, so here is lokas, and then various deities, because if something is created, then there must be a controlling power. So deities are conceived. Now comes the question comes, who is this Atma? Ko aham, ko yam Atma, iti vayam upasmahe. What is this Atman? This is third chapter. But before that, one Rishi, Vamadeva, he was in the womb. And while he was in the womb, he realized that I am not this body. Think of that. So this is very remarkable. So here, what is this Atman? What is this Atman? That's very important. So first, Koyam Atma iti vayam upasmahe. Who is this Atman we are to worship? Vayam upasmahe. Let us take that one. Who is he whom we meditate upon as Atman? Which of the two, that means Parabrahma and Aparabrahma, which one is to be worshipped? That which leads to many, that is, you cannot even conceive the whole thing if it is many. See, like this world, if you try to find even the types of it, that also is impossible. So many things are there. We cannot conceive this. So when it is many, we cannot worship him. Whom to worship? Who is one, who is experiencing everything, who is the root cause? And it is said, Eke sadhe, sab sadhe, sab jaye. If you satisfy one, then everybody is satisfied, because he is the root cause of everything. But if you try to appease all, you cannot. You cannot, example is given, like watering. You have to water to the root, not to the branches. You cannot water. So, he who is he whom we meditate or worship upon as Atman? Which of the two, that means Parabrahman and Aparabrahman, is he? That indeed is the Atman by which a living being sees form, hears sounds, smells, scents, articulates speech, and discriminates what is sweet and what is not. So that means various experiences is the experiencer that is to be worshipped, the root cause. That which is the heart and the mind is the same as that. See, many, it's called adjuncts, upadhi. Upadhi means it has no connection with the person, but somehow it gives an impression that his existence depends on it. Say, like a person is a doctor, PhD. It has nothing to do with him, but that gives him confidence, or sometimes, that pride that also comes. So it is only adjunct. But these are various adjuncts that may lead us to manyness. We are to be aware of that, so we should know what are those. But we are to also find behind those adjuncts that reality. On that reality, those adjuncts are attributed. So, what are those? various adjuncts. That which is the heart and the mind is the same as that. It's heart, behind heart, it is the same person, same entity. Behind the mind, it is the same entity. Perception. So when we perceive something, it's the same entity. Perception per se is not that person. But perception happens because of the person. So, kaha ayam atma iti vayam upasmahe. To whom should we worship? Kataraha sa atma. What is that atman? Yenava rupam pashyati, yenava shabdam srinoti, yenava gandhan jigrati. Because all these functions are created by the same person, but it's not the person who is hearing only. No. It is the person that's important. Yenava gandhan jigrati, yenava vacham vyakaroti, yenava sadhu cha aswadu vijanati. Whom? So, yadetat hridayam manaschaitat sangyanam atmanam vijnanam prajnanam medha drishti dhriti matir manisha jyutihi smritihi sankalpa kratuh asuh kamo vaseti sarvani et sarvani vaitani prajnanasya namadhyani. So pragyan is the mukhya, main. All these are various names. Various functions are happening, but behind that is the same consciousness, awareness. So the person who is smelling, tasting, it is the person who is important. A person who is holding something, person is important. Consciousness, awareness is important, not the function that is going on. But these are names by which we can approach him. These are various names by we can approach him, because these are adjuncts. Yadetat hridayam manaschaitat. That means that which is heart and the mind is the same as that. Because heart or mind belongs to whom? It is the same person. Perception, direction, understanding, knowledge, retention, power, vision, formless, power of reflection, freedom of thinking, mental depression, memory, recollection, determination, vitality, desire, love. All these are but names of prajnana. So this a name means what? Name means upadhis. These are various upadhis by which we can indicate a person who is seeing. Who is seeing? It is the drashta that he is seeing. So drashta is important, not the sight. Sight by which one is seeing is only upadhi. We have to see the person, see the awareness, consciousness, not the function thereof. Functions only indicate. We cannot say once one planet was discovered, or few planets also. Seeing the aberration in the speed and the way of orbiting. So they thought there must be another planet, and later they discovered. What is the point? Point is, we see an effect. Seeing the effect, we see the reason, the cause. or the origin. Similarly, in say periodic table, where all the elements are mentioned. So they found that particular elements were not there, but they predicted that there must be some element, and later they discovered. So what is the point? Point is, by seeing effect, we can see the cause behind. Karya Karan, and work, I mean, the task is done, and what is the cause of that? Who is the cause of that? Karya Karan. So these are various names, various upadhis, by which we understand it is pragyana, awareness, consciousness. This is Brahma, Prajapati. Now this pragyana is again, we can understand in various ways. Because he alone is this Brahman. He alone is Prajapati. So various names, that's a pragyan or consciousness. This is Brahma. This is Brahma. Means the creator, first creator. Prajapati, that who is the head of all creation. Prajapati. Not only that, and all the gods, the five great elements, Panchabhutani. Gods means all principles. Deva Dautanavan, whatever shines. You know, in India, we give anthropological representation of the same principle. Like Agni, so fire, principle, but we give a shape, a man within a fire or something like that. Vayu, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, so various devatas. So these are deities of that principle, the presiding deity. We may think the sun is only a physical entity. No, it is the manifestation of same divinity. So in India, sun is worshipped. Everything is worshipped. Why? Because these are representing the same entity, same reality. So this is Brahma, Prajapati, and all the gods, the five great elements, earth, air, ether, water, light, all these and those of various kinds mixed with the smallest organisms, the seeds of its own kind, those born of eggs, of born of born of heat. You know, like nowadays various classifications are there. Protozoa, then metazoa, and then vertebrates, invertebrates, and then some are species, aves, then various kinds of categories are given. To understand that this is one category, they have particular character. Say mammals, even elephant is a mammal, human being is a mammal. Even the some fish like whale is a mammal. So those who this is modern classification, and the older, that means in India, in Vedas, it is called Andaja. Whatever is born out of egg, Andaja. Then Jarayuja, whosoever are born from Similarly, Udbhija, Shvedaja. So various kinds of categories to show that these are the categories, the created thing, created creatures. So water, light, all these, those are of various kinds mixed with the smallest organism, the seeds of its own kind, those born of eggs, of of heat, and offshoots, horses, cows, that means all, whatever is created, men, an elephant, and all the rest of living beings, those that walk and those that fly, and objects which do not move, all that is guided by consciousness or prajna. So prajna is the only root. And behind all the creation, it is prajna. So we should not be fooled by appearance, but we must see that prajna, awareness, consciousness. Even within us, we have various avenues, hands, feet, etc., etc. But it is prajna who is the mukhya, who is the main entity. And then from prajna, all these are projected. So main thing is prajna. The whole world is founded on prajna. And therefore, prajnana is Brahman. Prajnanam Brahma. Prajna is like netra. Prajna netro lokaha. Prajna is like by which everything is seen, everything is perceived, everything is experienced. So prajna is the one thing that we need to worship. So the question was, to whom should we worship? It is the prajna. When we worship, then it is separate. It's not the intention of Upanishad to separate. So what is that word? Vayam atmeti, vayam upasmahe. Adored and respected. So this is all creation that we see. It is prajna. All upadhis, adjuncts, behind all upadhis, all adjuncts, it's the prajna. So prajna alone is to be adored. Prajna alone is to be highlighted. Prajna alone is to be identified. Even we have various functions in our lives, but it's prajna. That we are to conceive, that we are to hold, uplift, or we are to not uplift, we are to adored. So that means we have to concentrate on prajna. Because from prajna, everything is emanating, everything is projected. Whatever is moving, whatever is not moving, animating, not animating, whatever, see, even whatever you conceive in your dream is nothing else but yourself. So not to worship the dream objects, but it is the person who is dreaming. It is not the creation that is to be adored, who created. It is not the projector, that the projection is adored. It is the reality from which everything is projected. So sarvam tat prajnanetram prajnane pratishthitam prajnanetra lokaha prajna pratishtha prajnanam brahma. So that's the Mahavakya, prajnanam brahma. Though it is very short Upanishad, but this has profound teaching. Prajnanam brahma. Prajnan is Brahma. Why? Because from prajna everything is emanating. Even mind, so what we have just now heard. Smriti, Sankalpa, Kratu, Rasu, Kamo, Vasha iti. Drishti, Dhriti, Mati, Manisha. And in short, that we have that understanding, knowledge, retentive power, vision, firmness, power of reflection, freedom of thinking, mental depression, memory. These are only few names. Whatever we see and whatever we perceive, it is from the self. Therefore, self is to be adored. What is self? Awareness, consciousness, prajnanam, prajna. The origin of knowledge, even whatever we are thinking, or listening, or speaking, all these experiences are possible because of this. Our waking state, our dreaming, dreamless state, all depends on him. That is prajna. Prajna alone is to be contemplated. Prajna alone is to be meditated on. All other things, only it is projection. So projection, yes, by seeing projection, we have to go to the roots, the origin. Even whatever we experience every day, while experiencing, we have to try to find out what is this root, what is the origin. Pratibodha viditam, bodham, pratibodham. What happens? We generally lost in our experiences. But we are not to lose ourselves. We are to hold this, what we really are all the time. I give example, when you see a movie or you see something on a screen, you are lost in the screen or in the storyline. But we are to hold who is observing, who is perceiving, who is the origin on which everything is happening, who is that on whom the dream is being projected. We need not forget the screen. Screen means the self on which everything is being projected. We should not be influenced by story, and we should not stop seeing the white page on which black letters are given. Black letters, white, and the storyline should not steal away our awareness of our real self. They should not plunder our real self. And what happens? In the process, we lose ourselves. So we have to hold that one. We have to understand with every experience that experiencer who is experiencing, or because of whom experience is possible. Pratibodha viditam. Bodham, pratibodham. While speaking, while thinking, while talking, while experiencing all the things, it is the self that we should be aware of. Prajnanam Brahma. That is Brahman. That is to be adored. So, in short, let us recount again. The Upanishad starts with one and ends with one. Creation happens in between. Projection happens, not creation. Projection happens in between. And all the deities, lokas are created. Ultimately, we find what the reality is. The reality is to be found. With all our experiences, we have to be aware of our real self. If we lose our real self, then we lose everything. If we hold our real self and we are aware of it, then nothing is lost. Then we identify that everything is the same self, playing on itself. So Upanishad, now I think this is, we conclude this way today. And we can have one holiday. I mean, we can give a gap or we can just repeat also. because this is a meditation. So we say our prayer. Om Bang me manasi pratishthitam mano me vachi pratishthitam aviravir mayedhi vedasya maani istha srutam me ma praha asirani nadhite nahoratran sandadhami ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Pranam, Swami.
Okay, we'll take question, but before that, let me ups. Let me stop the YouTube. Any question? Yes.
What's the difference in the meaning between prajna and shakti?
Shakti is power. Shakti is manifestation. Shakti is the force. Prajna, the origin of everything. Say Shakti. It's a vital force. It's a force. In this Upanishad also it is said that Prana Shakti. This is like I'm moving my hands. This is also Shakti, power. So whatever is happening in Shakti. Okay. I think what you mean is like Brahma and Shakti, right? So Shakti is Parabrahma and Aparabrahma both. Brahman is only the witness, even beyond witness. Witness also has some observation. Witness observes, but in its presence, even witness happens. So if your question is only what is power, like this power, that is only vital force that's created. But Shakti here, what you mean, Brahman and Shakti. As Sri Ramakrishna said, Shakti Brahma, Brahma Shakti. So Brahman alone is existing. But see, because of he was alone in the beginning, we have seen. Eko ham bahusyama prajaya. Then how to create? Then he as if taken the cause of creation, that is adjunct. So that's what Ishvara. Ishvara is Saguna Brahma. Ishvara. And then he creates. So it is a Para Shakti or Para what is that? Apareya mitastanyam prakritim vidyame. Prakriti and Purusha. Two things. Prakriti and Purusha. Now Prakriti is divided into two. What is that? One is Paraprakriti, one is aparaprakriti. What is aparaprakriti? Whatever we see, hear, touch, taste, smell, this is aparaprakriti. Who created this is paraprakriti. So this is Shakti. That's why Shakti is this creation. Now, what Sri Ramakrishna said? Brahma Shakti, Shakti Brahma. What it means? Brahman, see, he gave two, three examples. A priest doing nothing, like stable. I mean, he's in his own self. He's not worshipping. A Brahmin. But when he worships, he takes the adjunct of worshipper. Now he's cooking. He takes the adjunct of a cook. Same person. Again, Sri Ramakrishna gave example. A snake, when it is coiled, not moving, it's a snake. Like Brahman. Not creating, preserving, and destroying. But same snake when it's wriggling and moving. Same snake. So when Brahman is not creating, and it is all the time there. Because of that, every creation also we can feel. But all the time, the witness is within you. In its presence, everything creation happens. So whatever creation happens, that is the area of Shakti. It's not different from you. Though it may look like it is different, you objectify yourself. You are standing in front of a mirror. You see your image in mirror. But you forget that you are that image. You forget that you are real self. You think that you are that image. You are Barbara. But when you don't imagine that you are Barbara, say, our dream. In our dream, we forget that we are waker. We identify with the dream. Then we are under Shakti. But while dreaming, if you can think that I am not the dream, I am a waker. So then no creation is happening. You cannot dream anymore. See, if you see light once, then you cannot see darkness. Okay, when you see truth is revealed to you. Any number of pretension cannot fool you, because you see that like daylight. But what happens? When we see many, then we forget that our real self. That is the whole Upanishad is this. All the time it is the same self. In the beginning it is the same self. At the end it's the same self. Creation happens, it's like a dream. Like a dream. And then we create lokas, we create so many things. Say like an elected government comes. So he wins an election, then he creates Department of Home Affairs or Department of War and this and that. After 4 years, then it goes. The same USA is there. USA is the main thing. Governments will come and go. So government when comes, then only all the actions happen. So Shakti is like government. When Shakti, same USA, people of USA elect a government. Then creation happens and then comes lots of regulations and rules, etc., etc. So that's the area of Shakti. Otherwise, USA is all the time USA. Even when there is a government or no government, USA is there very much. You are there all the time, whether you are projected or not projected. But we see projection. That's why Upanishad has to come and explain what is this. So when you see creation, preservation, and destruction, it's projection of same Brahman. So that is the area of Shakti, magic, power. And when you are within yourself, no projection, then you are Brahman. And all the time it is there. The problem is Brahman forgot itself. And Upanishad comes and says, okay, get up, get up, get up. You are not what you are dreaming. You are your real self. This is the beauty of Upanishad. And nowhere else it is explained in such a beautiful way. It looks like odd how the lokas are created and then lokpalas are created. But everything has meaning. And if you see, this principle happens in everything. I gave only a few examples. Like writing a story or painting a painting or even movie. Whatever you see, this is the stages. In the beginning, the person is same. Then he is swelled. Tapasachiyate Brahma. Then he starts creating. So you are say a poet. So you think an idea and then you write a poem. The poem is not you. You are far, far greater than poem. You can write thousands of such poems. But all your imagination. You are the reality. All the imagination is Shakti. It's you. Who is a poet? Poet creates and then projects. So when you conceive an idea, you are under Shakti. When you enter in a movie theater, you are under the illusion of movie. And then you are no more, and when you come out, then again you are the same self. Then you forget about it. When you are dreaming, you are not the same self. Though behind that dream, it is the same self. So when you are projected and you forget yourself, then you are under Shakti. Now this Shakti, where this come from? It is Devi. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durattaya. It is Devi. Mame Veye Prapaddante Maya Metam Tarantiti. Those who worship me, again, me means God. Me means God. God is within us. When you worship God, when you devote yourself to God, then this Maya will vanish from you. You will give importance to yourself, your prajnana, prajnanam Brahma. So it has bhakti also. It's not that all the time we are just discussing knowledge. Bhakti, mame vaye prapaddante mayametam tarantite. The thing is, one has to devote there. So logically to understand, then contemplating, and then meditating on it, absorbing oneself fully in it. That's one thing. But we cannot do that. So devotion is devised. Okay, this is God. You worship God. So we worship Idam Pushpam Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu, etc. And we say everything you offer to God. That means what? You forget yourself. That you are a dream. You are experiencing a dream. You have to forget your apparent self to the Supreme Self. That is that worship is. And that's the singing God's glory. What is that? Merging your small ego to the big one. Your real self. Prajnanam Brahman. Very good. Very good question. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any question? Okay, no question. Okay. We say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. As soon as we, namaste. As soon as we stop class, then you are in under Shakti. Okay. Namaste, namaste, namaste to all.